Folks, back live here on eKartingNews.com with continued main event coverage from Sunday here at the opening weekend of the Challenge of the Americas. Our broadcast brought to you by Karting Coach. Learn more about the program at kartingcoach.com. A great operation put together by the talented people at Race Monitor and Performance Kart Sport. PSL West Minimax drivers onto the racetrack right now. It'll be Oliver Reed starting 15th. Row 7. These two drivers to keep an eye on for this one. Jacob Hudson in the 153 and Peyton Durant in the 181. Watch for them to work their way forward. Hannah Greenemeyer and Race Dykstra on row number 6. Corbin Andrews and Alexis Apodaca on row number 5. Grant Langen on the outside of row 4 in the number 132. And Cooper Becklin on the inside in the 191. Row 3, Marko Kasich in the 151 and Filip Nimkiewicz in the number 110. Row 2, Jack Crawford and Austin Torgerson. Crawford on the outside in the 152. Torgerson on the inside in the 188. And with 15 drivers in the field, 2 on the front row, it'll be Griffin Dowler in the 106. Yesterday's winner starting second, while Sebastian Alvarez back on the pole once again after a pre-final victory in the 194. Alvarez and Dowler on the front row, leading them through turns number 11 and 12 into the staging lanes, and their second main event set to go. Inside row starting to spool things up. Looking good. Outside row gets a good jump too, and we're underway. Dowler able to come across from second to tuck in behind Alvarez. So we are rolling. Always good to get them out of turn number 1 without any issues. 2 and 3, very tight. The little right-left yikyo. They're through there clean. 3 to 4, the short shoot to the left hand. Hairpin, turn number 4 over to the decreasing radius, turn number 5. It opens up and they head into 6, 7, 8, and 9. The S's here at Tucson. Through turn 9, the sweeper out of the corner, the left-hander leads to the kink, turn 10, and then the long back straightaway. Downhill into the increasing radius, left-hand turn 11. Down comes Alvarez. Dowler into the second spot. Short shoot, right-hand 90-degree uphill, turn 12. A lap here at Tucson. Alvarez leads. Dowler second. Crawford into third. Torgerson fourth. We said to keep an eye out for Hudson and Durant. Where do they end up after the first lap? They are in the 11th position. Hudson actually not a starter. Where did Hudson go? We figured he was going to be able to team up. I don't see Hudson anywhere. Maybe he didn't make the start. Trouble for Hudson on the grid, not able to make it. What a shame. I can see him down there right now. Jacob Hudson, he would have had a good one. Not able to make it off the grid. So it'll be a day to forget. That'll be a drop for Jacob Hudson. We'll see him in Phoenix, ready to rock. Trouble there for Jacob Hudson in the pit lane, not able to roll. So it'll put Durant on the racetrack by himself without any help. He'll have to turn things up. Alvarez able to lead now. Nice little gap, about 0.8 of a second. Jack Crawford now up into second. Griffin Dowler third. Durant into the top 10 now to 9th. 0.4 of a second quicker than the drivers in front of him, if not more. So Durant's rolling. He's got to be very aggressive on the opening laps here. Close the gap, make the move. Can't mess around if he wants to get this car back on the podium. Alvarez leading comfortably down the back straightaway here. Another great run by one of the rookies in the program, the 188 Micromax driver last year. Minimax this year, a rookie in the class. That'll be Austin Torgerson. Torgerson in the 188, having a strong run here. Currently in the 4th position, right behind Crawford, right in front of Kasich. Both Jack Crawford and Austin Torgerson, rookies in the class here. Crawford goes back to the 2nd position. Kasich able to get to the inside. Marco Kasich to the inside of Torgerson for fourth. Durant now up into the 8th spot. The 191 of Cooper Becklin making a move on Nimkevich as they work their way through it. He gets past. Good pass there for Cooper Becklin. Becklin, nice. To the inside to take the position of the 191. That's for 6th. Durant now by Becklin. He'll go to P6. Becklin back to 7th. Nimkevich 8th. Grant Langen 9th. Corbin Andrews right there in 10th spot, as is Hannah Greenemeyer. 1.4 seconds the advantage for Alvarez. Man, using it today and making it happen out front. Alvarez leading the two PSL West drivers in the top 5 right now. He and Kasich in the top 5, both on that PSL Mini X2 chassis that was debuted in November. Alvarez leading by 1.6. Crawford into 2nd. Actually, Dowler, I believe, back to 2nd. Crawford in 3rd. Torgerson 4th. Here comes Torgerson to the inside of Crawford for 3rd. Kasich's trying to find a way through. Durant in the 6th position. Have a look at lap times for Durant. Quicker than Kasich by about a 10th, but he's back by 3 seconds. So as I said, Durant had to get through the pack there. Now he's got a lot of open racetrack to try to work up. They're going to have to battle in front of him for Durant to get a chance to get into the top 5. Alvarez trying to stretch away. They're going to have to start working together behind him if they want to catch up, because Alvarez quicker by over 2/10 last time from that 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place quartet. Here goes Torgerson to the inside now of Dowler. Torgerson now goes to 2nd. Dowler 3rd. Kasich in 4th. 5th is Crawford. Durant by himself in the 6th spot just turned his fast lap of the race of 55.069. 3.3 seconds behind Crawford, but quicker by 0.2 of a second. 11 laps still to go. Got to give it up for Durant, one of the faster drivers on the racetrack right now. They're battling for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, with Crawford going by Kasich right now in 5, or 4 rather. Durant just laid down a 54.970. His best lap. You know, once he starts feeling that he's closing in on that group, he's going to find a little more. I like to see it. Remember, Durant started back in 14th position, now up into 6th. Alvarez, though, a class of his own here. 2.4 seconds the advantage. Torgerson starting to match his times. Both drivers turning 54.9s. As Torgerson pulls away, He and Dowler trying to stretch away from Crawford and Kasich. 54-7-7-6 now for Alvarez. Durant closing up on Crawford and Kasich. Now just 2.8 seconds back with 9 laps to go. Quicker by 0.4 of a second. Great run for the rookie Mini-Max driver, Austin Torgerson, now in the second position, with Griffin Dowler right behind him. This time Durant just about 1/10 quicker than Crawford, 2.8 back. He's got to get the fire on him if Durant wants to try to work his way into the top 5. Oh, good battle here for 4th and 5th. We talk about it. Kasich and Crawford. We're side by side out of 4. It's not going to help them if they want to keep Durant at bay. Becklin now runs in 7th. As Becklin and Niemkiewicz in a good little fight for 7th. Oliver Reed started 15th, dead last, now up to 9th. And Corbin Andrews in 10th. Further back in the 13th and 14th position, both Alexis Apodaca and Race Dystra turning their fastest laps here on lap 10. 56.6 for both drivers. So they're each starting to turn things up. Great job for both these young pilots as the Colorado drivers being part of this program for the first time. Once again, Durant 0.3 of a second quicker than Crawford, closing up. 2.4 seconds now back from the top 5 battle. Almost 3 seconds, though, out front for Alvarez with 7 laps remaining. The driver from Mexico City, Mexico. Really showing well here. 54.853 of 54.7, his best lap. 0.2 quicker than Torgerson last time by, who was in turn 1/10 quicker than Dowler. Dowler turns his quick lap, 54.847. To close back up on the rear bumper at Torgerson. This battle for second's not done. Dowler looks like he's able to slip back by to grab the second spot back from Torgerson. So Dowler goes back to second. .6 seconds now the advantage for Sebastian Alvarez over Griffin Dowler. As Alvarez consistently running 54.8s. Every time by another 8 or a 7. Just reset his own fast time, 54.776. Alvarez, his quickest time here on lap number 14. 4 to go. 4 laps remaining. We'll give props here to Peyton Durant from 14th to 6th. He's closing slowly on the lead group, but not able to affect any change. The battle we're watching now is for second and third, the final two places on the podium, and of course for fourth and fifth as well. Dowler versus Torgerson, Kasich versus Crawford. Right behind them, Becklin and Niemkiewicz having a great job. Niemkiewicz rather having a good fight. Oliver Reed by himself in ninth, and he's actually closing up on that fight. With 4 laps to go, Reed may be able to get in with Becklin and Niemkiewicz, have a good scrap. And then further behind, Corbin Andrews and Grant Langen, separated by just a tenth of a second. So good little one-on-one battles all over the racetrack here in this Mini-Max class, brought to you by PSL West. There goes 2 passes. Torgerson by Dowler, and then I believe Crawford by Kasich. But that move by Torgerson, I think, caught Dowler out a little bit. That's allowed Crawford to maybe have a little breathing room to come in and try to challenge for third. We may not be done with the podium drivers yet. It'll be 2 to go this time by. 2 to go. Alvarez over 4 seconds. Just no challenge whatsoever. Alvarez in that PSL West CRG, the PSL Mini X2. Working well here in Mini Max trim. Second, third, fourth, and fifth, separated by, I want to say, less than maybe a second and a half, as Kasich able to go back by Crawford. Crawford has just turned his quickest lap, but nonetheless, Kasich going by. Crawford had some trouble going out of into turn number 1, going wide on the apex of the exit. That allowed Kasich to get down to the inside to take the spot. White flag will fly this time by for your leader by 4.4 seconds, Sebastian Alvarez. One lap to go for Alvarez. Dowler trying to go close back up on Torgerson here. Mini-Max drivers capping off their action for this weekend's event here in Tucson. Alvarez looking for the win. Torgerson, the rookie, trying to hold on to second ahead of Dowler, yesterday's victor. Down the back straightaway, unchallenged. 4.5 seconds the advantage right now. Alvarez is going to get the win. Dowler looking to come late to see if he can't get by Torgerson. No. Alvarez with the victory on to the start-finish line. Torgerson second. Dowler third. Kasich fourth. Fifth is Crawford. Sixth is Durant. Seventh and eighth, still a great battle. Becklin and Niemkiewicz. Becklin will get the position. Becklin and the Burrell, the ART. Niemkiewicz eighth. Oliver Reed going to get ninth, and Corbin Andrews rounding out your top 10 ahead of Hannah Greenemeyer and Grant Langen. Good racing all around in the Mini-Max class. Here comes Alexis Apodaca and Race Dykstra, 13th and 14th respectively, to finish off the field here in Mini-Max. But this one belonged to Sebastian Alvarez, 4.878, the margin of victory. Alvarez, your victor in Mini-Max.